Welcome to the Happy Humanoids Perspective, where your beliefs are challenged, thoughts provoked, and where you may find your happy place whether you like it or not.
And here are your hosts, Edith and Miles. Woohoo!
Thank you, Homer Simpson. Welcome to the show. My name is Miles Keeber, and I'm an Access Consciousness Certified Facilitator. I'm joined tonight with my lovely companion.
Yes, my name is Edith Edith Wife.
He's like
Wow.
Everything, right?
Edith Paul, and I'm an Access Consciousness Certified Facilitator as well. Welcome to our 36th show tonight.
Yes. The dynamics of choosing. So that's like, oh my gosh, that's like a huge topic, and I'm really excited about it because it's one of those things where if you don't like, it's like water. If you don't have a lack of it, you don't think about it. But now it's like I've been preparing for the show tonight. I looked at more about what choice is and about choosing, and it's just like, oh my gosh, this is like, there's so much with it, and there's so much about access that they talk about choosing and having choice, and it's just a huge topic. And hopefully tonight I'm really excited because I want to clear some stuff for myself and things that I had some little nuggets of awareness that I've gotten, that finally after 4 years of playing with the access tools, I'm beginning to like, oh, that's what that means. Choice brings awareness, or choice creates awareness. Oh, okay. So that's what our show is about tonight, the dynamics of choosing and some of the different aspects of that. Yeah. So I guess I'll begin. So there's this thing called choice, and choice creates awareness. And if you've taken any of the access classes, you probably heard Gary say that a godzillion times. Choice brings awareness, not awareness brings choice. So it's like the idea of, we don't really know, instead of being judgmental about the choice that we make and then getting down on ourselves about the choice, there's just an awareness. There's just something that was created by choosing whatever idea or whatever path that we made. So it's just about having the awareness of it and not making the right choice or the wrong choice. We'll talk about that as well. So everywhere that we're not acknowledging that our awareness comes from the choices that we create or choose, will you please destroy and uncreate all that times godzillion?
Right and wrong, good and bad, puck and pot, all nine shorts, bows and beyonds. What if every choice was not right or wrong, but exactly what was required for you to become aware as you are right now? Yeah. Yeah, and we desire, when we shift our way of choosing, because, well, before Access, I was always trying to find the right choice, the choice that will create what I desire. And with Access, I learned to ask questions. To ask question, if I choose this choice, what will my life be in 5 years?
Yeah.
And I receive the energy of this. When we ask a question and we lower our barriers and we allow ourselves to receive that information, that will give us, the information. Okay, will it create for me? Will it create like an expansion, or will it create a contraction? Will it create nothing? Sometimes the energy is like, well, there's nothing. Sometimes just a small result, more contraction than an expansion. And when I receive this, it's important. What I realized me too when I was reading all that is that it doesn't, when I choose it, because more and more I choose whatever creates more for me, create this kind of expansion. And before, when I was choosing the expansion, I thought, okay, everything will be fine. Everything will be good. I was going back into conclusion. But I realized that sometimes this expansion, when I choose it, for me, allows me to clear a lot of stuff where I kept myself so small, so limited, for me to be at ease with that choice. So everywhere you choose, you make a choice, and you expect to be the best choice, to be the one that will bring you wherever you desire to go, based on your judgment, your conclusion, your definition. Well, and create and destroy it all times a godzillion.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pocket, online shorts, boys and beyonds. Yeah, that's really great, Edith, what you're talking about seeing getting the energy of what that choice, if I make that choice, what will that create? Because a lot of times and I still do this, is like I have this idea that having clarity about what it is I'm going to choose is going to make it an easy choice for me or the right choice. And that's not really choosing. It's just like I read that today, I was like, what? Wait, hang on a minute. I thought clarity was a good thing. And it can be. And what is I want to point out is that if I'm sitting back and thinking about, okay, now it's different than if I choose this, what will my life be like in 5 years? It's more like, if I choose this, it's more like I want clarity on this possibility here. I want to like sort out and dig up if I do this, this is a positive thing, or this is a negative thing, or this may be a backlash, or if I choose this, then it's going to be more money, or if I choose this, it's going to be less money, or whatever. And it's not from a place of choice. It's more of concluding. It's already like saying that I'm going to choose this. I'm looking for clarity so I can choose this. There's a difference here. It's like I'm in my head. It's like I'm trying to sort out, differentiate if what's the right choice here? What's the right choice for me? As opposed to just, okay, hey, this feels light. If I choose this, what will my life be like in 5 years? Or, hey, this feels light. I'm going to choose this. And then choosing that. And then that's when the awareness shows up. It's not from trying to foresee, like, when Edith, you asked what will my life be like in 5 years, it's not like, for me, I'll say for myself, I don't get like a picture of this is what's going to happen, this is the way it's going to be, this person is going to interact with me, there's going to be these things in my life. No, it's just like there's an energy of, if I choose this, what will my life be like in 5 years? There's an expansion or there's a contraction, just like you said, and like coming from a place of clarity, it's like projecting in the future and concluding how that's going to show up. Oh, this is going to be more money to do this, or this is going to be less money to do this. Oh, I'll interact with more people in this direction. So it's not choosing. It's coming from conclusion and almost justifying coming from conclusion. So everywhere that we're using clarity as a way to justify and conclude and limit the possibility that's truly there for us, we destroy and uncreate all that times godzillion, please.
Right and wrong, good and bad, puck and pot, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Why choosing? Why choosing? Well, if you desire to create a different reality, the choice that you make today will create something for your future. And we believe that, but I realized something today very interesting, is that we are all interconnected on this planet. We are here. There are people everywhere around the world. And when one person chooses something different in their life, well, before that, I come back. And
Welcome to our show. I'm joined here by system of Danya. You have Wi-Fi.
Oh my goodness. It's like, that was a good thing. Yeah, it's, yeah. We are a vibrant species. It's okay. We are a vibrant, we are a magnetic field. Eh? We have a magnetic field, and our magnetic field is all about everything that we hold on to, our thoughts, our feeling, our emotion, and all the energy of the being that we are. It's all there. It's all included in this magnetic field. And when we choose, when we make a choice, automatically our magnetic field is shifting, is changing.
Mm.
And because we are interconnected to everyone, it's not something linear. It's about energetically. Because we shift something, automatically we shift everyone on this planet at the same time, because we change. So this is how the change will be done on this planet, when we allow ourselves to choose for ourselves whatever is greater. Whatever, when I say greater, it's not about the judgment. It's about choosing from consciousness. It's about asking questions and choosing what is light, whatever brings more lightness in your life, whatever brings more expansion. And why? Because when we choose this lightness and this expansion, this is the being that we truly be. And the more people will choose consciousness, the more this, every time we make a choice, that is, and this choice comes from consciousness, our magnetic field changes. And it has an impact on everyone on this planet. So if you think that you are just one person, that you are not important on the planet, excuse me, because the choices that you're going to make, every choice you make has an impact on everyone on this planet. So, so what would it take for you to have, to allow yourself to choose, for you, and at the same time, be aware that when you choose from consciousness, well, you create an impact on all this planet, on everyone in this planet, and everything that doesn't allow that, well, and create and destroy it all times a godzillion.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nice shorts, boys and beyond. Yeah, it's really interesting. It's like, I wonder, like for me, it's like I wasn't always aware of what it is that I wanted to choose. It's like I wasn't aware of really what I desired. And Gary talks about the importance, or I guess almost like not the necessity, but the potency in knowing the value of you. It's like choosing for you is really knowing the value of you. What's valuable to you? What is it that you desire for you? Because a lot of this reality, we're caught up in this idea that we're choosing based on what other people think that we should choose, or based on what maybe our parents or some influences that we have that we look up to as the right choices. And so by doing that, we give up our potency, and we're always going to choose stuff that's not, well, not always, but we're going to choose things that really don't make us happy. So we're giving up our potency to someone else. Like we're always looking, if we don't know what is valuable to us, what's valuable to me, if I don't know what's valuable to me, I'm going to look for someone else to tell me what's valuable to me. And no one else knows except for me. And so until I have the awareness of what's valuable to me, I'm going to be looking for everyone else's opinion who maybe has a louder voice, or is more disruptive, or has more appeal. I'm going to look to them to get what is it that I need to be choosing. So it's so important, I think, for us to really become aware of who we are, what it is that we truly desire, and clear everything, all the different points of view that we've latched onto that aren't even ours and that we think that are important to us. So everywhere that we are using the points of view of others, acknowledging the authority figures as important to what we are choosing, and everywhere that we are hiding from what we truly desire as Bible, real and true for us, we destroy and uncreate all of that times a godzillion, please.
Right and wrong, good and bad, puck and pot, all nine shorts, bows and beyonds. Yeah, and if you desire to increase your self-esteem,
Mm.
it's about following what you know, what you're aware of. It's about following, yeah, what is it that you know about you? What is it that you, even if you don't even know how to create it, what if it's about trusting this first? Because if it's there, has it always been there? The knowing of who we are, of what we desire to create in our life, what kind of life we desire to create. I remember I was a child and I had these images of me in future. I had this, it's not something that was always there, but I had this kind of glimpse in my life, in certain part of my life, where there was always something that was there. And that was this thing that what I'm doing right now, I have an influence on people on this planet. Well, for those who desire to to be inspired by what I say. And
I'm inspired by what you say.
yeah.
Oh.
Thank you. Yeah, and it's about when we begin to follow, how much of your energy are you using against your knowing, against what you know for you? How much do you trust so much more your judgment of you, your thoughts, feeling, emotion, your doubts
Yeah.
about you, and you're going to choose, and well, a lot of people know what they desire as a life, know what they desire to create, or their dreams. It's about your dream. It's the same thing. What are the dreams that you have for your life? And if you go into the conclusion, oh, it's too late, I will never have the time to do it, I don't know what to do. Well, guess what? The universe is there to support you. And the thing is, it's about asking questions. What would it take for to show up? What would it take for me to meet the people, for me to go to where I desire to go, or I desire to create? What would it take for me to be aware of the next step, for me to move forward to what I desire to create? Yeah, it's about asking question to the universe, in order, because when you ask question, you will receive information. And it's about, becoming aware of this information, allowing you to receive all that. And when you follow this is where the magic will be created in your life too. And yeah, it's about choosing this. It's about choosing this lightness. It's about choosing these awareness that you have. And by choosing this, you will create yourself a different reality. If you think that your reality is like always the same, well, maybe you choose from your thoughts, your feeling, and your emotion. Because this is what it will be created. Always the same thing over and over again. And if you want to choose a different reality, hey, is it time for you to begin to choose what you know? And everything that doesn't allow you to follow what you know, well, and create and destroy it all times a godzillion.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pocket, all nice shorts, boys and beyonds. Yeah, that we've been taught to doubt our knowing, to doubt the feeling that we have in our gut. It's like we've been taught to question it. No, I'm not sure that's right. It's like there's always double check. Double check that and try to confirm it. There's no confirming. You just got to go with it. So that's really interesting. One other thing about choosing, we've talked about choice and the dynamic of choice. And Gary talks about this thing about the intersection between questions and choice. Like having those two together will create a different reality, a new reality, questions and choice. And here's a little example. The other day, Freddie is my truck. Edith discovered his name is Freddie. I think Freddie is an appropriate name for him. And so he's a great truck, and just been done wonderful things to help me and assist me in my life so far. So
and can I add something too?
Yeah.
About Freddie is so much like Miles. They have so much in common because everything has consciousness on this planet, eh? And when you allow yourself to receive the consciousness of something, sometimes I had discussion. Well, I'm weird, but I had discussion with Freddie, and when I ask him question, it looks so much like Miles. You know, all this caring and all this. Yeah, it's so cute. Okay,
Cool.
sorry.
No, that's great. So, yeah. So now I can reflect on what's going on with Freddie. Is that something that's going on with me? So, maybe. So yeah, anyway, I was doing an errand, and the clutch on Freddie was, I was like, oh, I'm losing compression. It wasn't shifting very well. I was like, oh, something's going on here. And I was like, oh, okay. So I had a local mechanic that I had gone to previously, and it was okay. You know, just like still some things I'm not sure, but anyway, at the time it was fine. It worked out fine. So this mechanic, I was real close to that shop. I was like, well, I went in there and I stopped in there and I said, hey, I think I'm losing some compression on my clutch and hydraulics or something. And because yeah, we'll have a look at it. And so they replaced the master cylinder and the slave cylinder, and he called me and said, oh, it's all done. So I went to pick it up, and then I got in the truck and I was like, got ready, you know, I was testing it. I was like, oh, this still isn't right. There's something going on here. And I went back to him and I said, hey, I explained what was going on. He goes, huh? And the mechanic was there, goes, oh, I don't know what's going on. You know, replace it, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, that's not really the answer that I wanted to hear. And I was actually going somewhere for the weekend. And so anyway, I said, well, I'll bring it in Monday. So that was just the conclusion. I said, okay, I'll just bring it in Monday and they can work on it. So I got home and I was thinking about it. I was like, oh, I just don't have a good feeling about that. And then I had the brilliance to ask Freddie what he wanted. I said, Freddie, would you like to go back to that mechanic? And he was like, no. Okay. So then I began to ask some questions, and I was like, okay, what else is possible? And then I found a place that felt really good. I said, Freddie, you want to go here? He goes, yeah. So we went there. It was an easy fix. The guy just didn't know what he was doing at some part of that deal. And it was great. It was a great experience, and I was very happy that I found this other place, and it was just like fantastic. So that's the idea of joining questions with choice. It's like if I would have just stayed in my conclusion and thinking, well, I just got to bring it back on Monday. That's just the way it is, and not asked Freddie or not even asked my awareness about what would be easy for that and what would be the most expansive. I would have gone back there, and they would have like fiddled and messed with it again and probably created some damage or who knows what. But by asking questions and making another choice, I created a different reality. And the reality was so much more expansive, and it was fun. And they even washed Freddie. Yeah, he got a bath out of the whole deal, you know. It was great. It was done in just a few hours. So anyway, choice creates awareness, and choice and questions is the two dynamics for creating a different reality. So everywhere that we are not combining and marrying together the two components of questions and choice, we destroy all the things that keeping us from having the awareness of using question and choice within every 10 seconds. And everything that doesn't allow that, we destroy it and create all that times a gazillion.
Right and wrong, good and bad, puck and puddle, nine shorts, boys and beyonds. I remember, you know, I had this kind of recurring energies dynamic with money. I was worrying to not have enough, to not create enough. Am I able to create it, you know? And yeah, and I was afraid to never come out from this dynamic of the being worried about money. And solution for the conclusion I was going to, if I can earn enough money, I won't have to worry. And then I realized this is not how it works energetically. If I want to get rid of this, do we say worriness in English?
Yeah.
To concern? Okay, of that concern.
Yeah.
If I want to get rid of that concern, it's not by trying to find a solution outside. It's about going inside and addressing this. And so I was very clear with myself that, okay, I desire to stop this. I desire to make another choice with money. And every time I was looking at, when I was in that kind of energy, I was looking at my bank account. It was like inside of me. I said, okay, I want to change that, you know? And one morning, I'm in my bedroom. We were living in Canada. And I say, okay, this morning, that's enough. And I became the energy. Sometimes what is the energy that is required for me to make that change? Because that was there, it has been there for years. That energy of, and it was leading my life, this awareness. I was letting the awareness, the concern to manage my life, to manage the way I was living my life. I let this concern be everywhere in me, in my body. And I was trying to, I try to, okay, that will be fine. You'll be fine too. I was trying to take care of myself through that energy. And until this morning, I said, that's okay. That's enough. This energy won't lead my life anymore. So I became this energy of bulldozer. And I talked to that energy that was there inside of me, because it's an energy. There's a dynamic. There's some kind of intelligence too in this. And the energy, the image that I could say is like, this bouncer that are at the door of a restaurant and you can not come in.
They kind of look like me, like strong and
yeah, like this.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, you're not choosing for me anymore. And I was so present and so intense that I perceived this energy just became less and less. And that was with me creating this choice. Okay, that's enough. I was making a demand to myself that it's not true. It's not who I am. This concern is not who I am, and it will end now. And then I create and destroy this energy. And I made sure that everything was gone, and I create and destroy whatever was in place. I asked questions too. And after that, when I looked at my bank account, which was about the same amount as before, when I was, it was gone. It was gone. So when we desire to make a choice with something that is inside of us, it's about choosing, making a demand to ourselves, and being this energy at that moment that is required to say, that's enough. It's not true that this energy will lead my life, because in this reality, being concerned about money would be like we have to many reason, and we are under the effect of that. And I didn't want to be under the effect of that anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, what if you have this power? You have this potency to create the choice inside of you as well. Yeah. Whoa. And everything that doesn't allow you to choose for you, well, create and destroy it all times a godzillion.
Yes, right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, on shorts, bulls and beyonds. Yeah, I want to just reiterate one thing you said, Edith, that was about, you said that you made a demand for what you desired, and then you cleared stuff. You cleared the processing, whatever you did to go there. Yet, not yet. So Gary talks about choice trumps everything. Choice trumps clearing, choice trumps running processes. So this is what you did. You made a demand, you made the choice that, okay, this is what it's going to be. And this, look out, this is what's happening now. Instead of you could have gone the other way. You could have just cleared all the stuff that's there and cleared. And yet by choosing, making that demand and making that choice, it's like it was no stopping you. There was no yeah, you did the clearings and you did the processes, which was almost like the tail end of cleaning up the area. But it's
I just wanted to make sure to not leave it anymore. Yeah.
So that's my point. It's we have this idea that, well, maybe not all of us, but I have this idea sometimes that it's if I just clear the stuff, if I just clear my path, then I'll have an easier way. If I clear everything out of my way to get to my journey, and I have clear vision and whatever, that'll be, I still have to make that choice. I still have to choose it, So it's not, clearing is like, it's fantastic, and it's also, I don't know if this is right, but it's almost like philosophizing about something. No, that's not true. It does energetically clear something. It's just the idea that you've got to step forward and you got to do something about what it is that you desire. So clearing is great, and it can move you forward and does move you forward, and we still need to
Yes.
choose what it is that we're desiring.
Yeah.
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 Go ahead.
No, Chris, go ahead.
You had a point there.
Yeah, and if you don't have the capacity to change something, do the process.
Yeah, exactly.
Do the process, and yes, and sometimes process is required because we gave our power often so much to everything and everywhere
Yeah.
that by clearing the thing, sometimes it gives us the potency to choose. Even if we always had the potency to choose, sometimes it's required to do some clearing process. Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is also is like if you're choosing something that's really dynamic and that's really going to expand your life, it may not be easy. It may not be like you choose one time and okay, I'm done. No, it's like having to choose it, and then you have the energy and the capacity that's there with you. The universe shows up and says, okay, this is how you can do this. I'm here to help you. And it still has to do all the clearing and all the choose again and choosing again and choosing again in the next 10 seconds and choosing again. Because Gary talks about that. Choice is only good for 10 seconds. So you can choose it, and then, okay, that 10 seconds is up. Do you choose it again? Okay, I'm still choosing that. Okay, 10 seconds is up. Do you still choose that? Yeah, I'm still choosing that. And so once, in my perspective, once we get to choose it and choose it and choose it again, it's like building that muscle. And it's so much more easy to move forward if the cart's moving than if it stops and you got to push it again and get going. But if you get it going, then the path is a lot easier, even if you're having to go uphill both ways. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I guess that's the end of our show. Do you have something else that you want to add?
Yeah, what would it take for you to choose? To choose for you, and to choose, when I say for you, to choose whatever will create more for you, to choose your knowing, and to trust your knowing and choose it, to trust your awareness and choose it, and everything that doesn't allow that will you uncreate and destroy it all times a godzillion.
Yes, right, wrong, good and bad, pot and puck on shorts, boys and beyonds. And again, what is valuable to you? What's your thing? What is it that you value? And finding that and choosing based on that. Yeah, so thanks, guys, for visiting us again tonight, and we will see you next week. Thanks for listening, and please give us a honk of support by subscribing, commenting, and sharing the show with your friends. Or, if you didn't like the show, please share it with your enemies. You guys probably don't have any enemies, but thanks for listening anyway. See you next week.
See you. Bye-bye.